Shalom, shalom. How everybody going on? What's going on, world? What's going on, tribe? What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, everybody? Today we're gonna go over our prayer, our Hebrew Paleo ancient prayer, and today we have Chief Gabriel from out from Savannah, Georgia. He's on the line with us. We want to say Shabbat Shalom.
Khan, Shabbat Shalom, family, Shabbat Shalom. It's Chief Gabrayahla from the Uchikuso Muskogee tribe, Savannah, Georgia, Chatham County. Right? We here to talk about this Hebrew, this paleo, get into it so we can bring back
Yeah,
our nation, right? Through language, also through action.
yeah. Shalom, shalom, Khan. So today too, we also gonna touch up the first thing first is we want to spread awareness to our community, to our tribe, to our nation on using our language more than possible. If you could just go around and just study it more. For a start off, if you could look at the screen here, you see So Am I Books at soamibooks.com. I've been studying them for a while. They are on point with their wording, with their teaching, with everything so far that I can see. So for all of our tribal members that do want to learn, you can go on this site. And not only the site, you also can download an app. Me and Chief Gabriel, we also have their app downloaded, basically like in a So Am I, something like a Facebook type of deal for this Hebrew language. I know if Gabriel, if you wanna, I'm gonna show them the prayer. I'm gonna go over it with the prayer. If you wanna explain to them how shall you read it, how shall we go about it, everything of that nature, and I'll follow it
Khan,
up with the prayer.
Khan. And I wanted to bring this out, which is in the book of Ecclesiasticus in the prologue, which reads, for the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them. Right. So this is already written in the Bible for us to understand that the importance of our language has power. And even though we don't we're gonna interpret the Bible in the Hebrew the best we can, most high willing, but we wanna really tap into that power of uttering those words because they mean something to us, right? Also, our paleo language, right? We have 22 characters, right? Starting at the sound ah and ending with the sound thaw, right? Not like how we have, letters in the English language like A, B, C, D, which even though a lot of these things are derived from our language. But again, starting with ah, ending with tha, those sounds, right? Because we look for the sound of the word like that. And that's why, our language has so much power because it's how it sounds and the meaning behind when you start to, build words in the paleo, and even saying the prayers, the way our mouth forms the word, right? It seems like it's simple, it's more natural, right? One of the main rules, right? Remember we read and pronounce the words from right to left, not like in English where it's from left to right. We're reading from right to left. So even as the chief Atali is about to bring out the prayer, he's gonna be reading it from the right side to the left, right? Almost like outside in, right? And that's our natural way of interpreting things, right? From right to left, with through captivity, right? They change everything, right? And that's just the basics of that. We'll get more into it once we start building off the plurals and the pronouns, so on and so forth. Go ahead, Chief.
Okay, like how Chief Gabriel was saying, we read from right to left. So as you can see here, what the arrow is, this is where we will start. And so this is ba, na, wa. Now this is together. We read from right to left. but I'm gonna read it in our when you hear me say it, I'm gonna pronounce it. I'm pronouncing it in a Hebrew way, but you could read along and understand the words right here where the arrow is going to be how they write today from left to right. So this says Abba Nawa. So I'm going to read everything like this from this, like how they read it right here where you see the arrow. So it's going to say Abba Nawa, which is Abba is father, and Nawa is our. So and and do you see where the arrow is now? And if we were saying the prayer in English, like our Father, which is wrong because the Father is the subject. Whatever the subject is in Hebrew, then you must say that subject first. So what we're looking at is Abba Nawa. So Abba Nawa, Abba is the subject. Nawa that's just a word, but the subject, the main subject is father. So we must state that first. That's how we speak. English, like how Chief Gabriel said, they had us speaking backwards. So the true way to say our father is father ours in our paleo ancient way. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this. If you could go ahead and follow along, and you also could go on YouTube, and this is the Lord's Prayer also that they did, but the way he says so fast, I don't know if you could really understand it, but you can still search around for it and repeat it every day just so you can learn it, because this is mandatory for Israel United Nations, for all of Israelites. Let's start. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kwadash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malak Wafka, Taba'a, Ratazaya Ka, Haya Isha, Ba'arataza Kawo, Haya, Bashamayim, Nathan Lanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalak Lanawa, Kabawaf Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabawaf Yanawa, Wala'a, Tabaya Nawa, Ban, Ban Nasayawan, Abul, Hawashaya Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kayai, Lanawa, Laka, Salakia, Laka, Hamalakwaf, Waha Allah, Waha Tapa Arath, La Ila Walamyam, Shalawam. So this word you see here, we don't say this here. This what we understand that we end our prayers with shalom, with peace. We do understand that this word here, it was a Aman was a god of the other nations or whatever that our ancestors used to serve also. But Aman is a god, so for the Israelites following, that's what we don't do. We don't the Most High God say don't say their names. So we try as our best not to say their names. Like how Chief say they tricked us into a lot with our language. So that's something shortly we just wanted to touch up on also. And another thing also, Chief, you wanted to say anything on this prayer?
Oh no, what I was gonna say is to have everybody on reminder that just like how you were, kind of breaking it down a little bit, we are going to get into all of these separate nouns and how these words are built. So, for everybody not to be like in panic mode, like, you just read the prayer and we don't know what you're talking about. Nah, like, we read the prayer because we want to hear it. We want to get the sound of how our mouth should sound as we say it. But just to let everyone know that we are going to build on a lot of these pronouns, these nouns, and how to use them and where they go.
Con. And another thing that I wanted to touch on, how he said how your mouth should sound with the words. Um, we are the ancient Israelites. So it'll just be getting used to. But our mouth, it's in our DNA to say these words. It's part of our dialect, unknowingly. When it comes to the Yiddish language, it's they're speaking. They have that's Yiddish. It's basically it's broken Hebrew. It's broken this right here, broken Paleo Hebrew, and Yiddish is mainly like German, a German dialect. So it's
Right. Also the Slavic countries too.
con. So yeah, con. So with that, they know how to pronounce the. See, they say Yahweh. See, they got the A and the B and all that. We got the Wa, Ka, Da. We got the R's, which we produce naturally. You know, like we produce it naturally. It's in our blood. But when we lost our way, we lost our language, we lost everything, and we had to pick up a new tongue. So to all my little young brothers too, that they be kind of embarrassed to speak, which I was one of those brothers. I just didn't know how to, it was hard, so hard for me to pronounce English words and things of that nature. But when I grow up, I realized that's part of my DNA, it's part of my tongue, the way I say words. I still like even when I write, I'll say, do you want to go? I won't say do you want to, but I'll be like, do you wanna? It just sounds more natural to me than stating do you want to. It sounds like,
Con,
you know what I mean? So I just go with my with the natural form way, you know what I mean? What's on me. But the world
con,
today would call it incorrect though.
right. They will say you're not enunciating your words correctly.
Con.
Right. Also too, they also made fun of us, and that's why you know that the slaves were Hebrew descent, because they used to make fun of how we spoke. You know, like when they say like dad and baba and all of those things. They actually they teach their kids to do that because that's how we used to teach our children, but it was our language we were speaking. Right, just
Right.
like for the longest, the confusion when we hear slaves saying "massa," they were thinking that they were trying to, say "master," but the word "massa" means oppressor in Hebrew, right?
Con.
So like you said, those things just those words, they come off our tongues a lot more naturally, right? As we form those words, and again, they have more power behind it.
Con. Con. It do. Hawa'a da. It do. Hawa'a da. Um I wanted to touch on too, just wanted to go over. I want everybody to utilize this site more. This is a beautiful thing that the brother, I believe his name Azariah, he created this site. He a good brother. Um, he a good op. That brother be sounding crazy to me too. He a good op. Paleo colors. And this is where you could get a lot of if you misguided and you lost a little bit, this is the right guiding source. um it'll teach you, you could go and it has the language on it, the alphabet also, you see here. So he has it set up for the beginners from left to right. So you see the ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, taza, qua, ra, sha, tha. So those was our basically our Abba Gada, our ABCs. Um and he have it right here in a more simpler form too. He got them down there too. Uh right here we have the tribes, all the tribes. You can see the chief.
Gone. You want me
Uh
to say it?
yeah, you want to pronounce them for him?
Yeah, con. All right. So for number one, we have Judah, which is Yahawada. We have two. We have Benjamin, which is Banyaman. We have Levi, which is Lawaya. We have Simeon, which is Shemaiwan. We have Zebulon, which is Zabawalan. We have Ephraim, which is Apayam. We have Manasseh, which is Manasseh. Gad is Gad, God. You have Reuben, which is Ra'awaban. Then we have Naphtali, which is Naphtaliah. We have Asher, which is Ashar. We have Issachar, which is Yashashakar. We have Joseph, which is Yawasap, and Dan.
Con. So those was the 12 tribes he just named off. And this is part of our dictionary that we study. I also have it on pieces of paper. You must have it in both forms too. You want it in both forms. This is something that you could just get to easily. But before this, you need to have it on paper. We studied up also. And as you can see right here where it says Allah is power. So I want everybody to understand that when the Arabs, the Muslims is saying give all praises to Allah, all they're saying is give all power to power. And a God named Allah, if it's not Yahweh, which they may try to put him in as the same thing, but you must, I know everybody say, oh, is this, we talking about the same God, but Yahweh say seek his face. He have a lot of names, but one correct way to say it in that ancient form, which is Yahweh. Yahweh is how to say Most High God's ancient form name, Yahweh, which is me. Yah is he, which is Yah is he, and Hawa is exists. You always you can Hawa could be B2 also, could be B2, but Hawa is to exist also. So he exists is the name. We must understand what his name is, because that Allah is throwing it off. And I understand that they do read in the Arab and in the Arab language, but even that language is Arabic. You know what I mean? It's still a washed up Hebrew. You know what I mean? So we must know what our God name is. The Most High God say, "Seek my face." So for the people that think his name is Allah and they just stop right there and they believe that, and that's it, then that's cool. But we, as the Israelites, the true Israelites, we know his name is Yahweh, and so we basically saying put some respect on that. See, this is his name here. Praise Yahweh. This is his name here. Yahweh. Like I say, Yah is he. Hawa is exists. And it also has more. You could go and, abolish is Shab Yah. Go ahead.
Also, I was about to say like the difference also with the Arabic and the Aramaic language is they have their own way of saying things, and that's why it can sound almost like our tongue, because they were of a Shemitic descent. They were like of Abraham's seed. So over time they developed just their own way of saying things, and when they use the word Allah, of course, in our language it has a totally different meaning. Right. And just like the chief is saying, we call on the name of the Most High through Yahweh, because that's what he's instructed us to do, how to approach him.
Con. So that's basically like what we want everybody to basically get on much stronger. Right now, the community, everybody says Shalom. Our community says Shalom. A lot of the other communities, they say Shalom. From my studies, that Shalom is that they're speaking Yiddish. That's Yiddish language. So if you're saying Shalom, you're basically saying rest. Let me look at rest. I believe that's rest. May got to pull out my notes if I don't have it here. Oh, yeah, I want to come back to this too, to that J too. Remember, I got to come back to that J. May not have rest on here. PR. Nope. We don't have rest. Yes, we do. It's Shabbat. It's Shabbat. Rest is Shabbat. And that's what we be saying, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. No, we be saying Shabbat, which is the Sabbath day. That's the Sabbath. We be saying Shabbat. Shalom. Shalom is rest. Shalom. I think I got that confused with another notes, but I believe in our language. I want to pull it up out of I have to pull it up out of another source, but I believe shalom is don't quote me on it right now. I don't want to guide anybody wrong, but I believe the rest is shalom in our language too. I could be wrong. Like I say, don't quote me on it. Really quick, my mind is crossed. I wanted to take y'all to this J. I was thinking about that. Okay. So y'all see Yahweh, that's Judah. So everybody say that everybody says that you ever heard the saying, Chief, when they say Yeshaya is coming back like that? Where is it? Right here. You see this, Chief?
God.
So you see Jesse, and so Yeshaya, really, so in English, they say the root of Jesse seed. But if we were reading our Hebrew Bible, it would say the root of Yeshaya.
God. God.
So everybody really need to understand that and take that in too, for the root of Yeshaya. And we all also know too, they call him Yahawashai now. But Jesse in Hebrew language is Yeshaya. So
God.
that's where a lot of people say Yeshaya is coming back also. And you'll hear the root of Jesse is coming back. So it has a lot to do with that also too. I just want to throw that out there too. You wanted to touch up on anything, Chief?
No, I think this was good for introductory, not the because next we'll start getting into the the actual break.
Right.
No, my phone started doing something crazy just now. But yeah, we'll get into the pronouns and some of the
Con. So I guess we'll solve it up here then. Guess we'll be back at them next week. Whenever we get back.
next Shabbat we'll have another updated class.
Con. So we're not gonna hold everybody up. We're gonna say Shabbat and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom Akim.
Shabbat Shalom. Okay.